How to customize the checkout page in WooCommerce. We'll create a simpler, trust-enhancing design and throw out the default checkout for something better. We'll edit the checkout form to match your brand style, create and fine-tune the form fields, add in additional custom fields, transforming your checkout into a sales tool. Let's start by installing cart flows onto our WordPress website. So we'll go on over to plugins and then we'll add in a new plugin. We'll search for cart flows and install now. Okay, let's go ahead and activate. So let's start. I'll be using the Elementor page builder. And it's also asking if you would like a WooCart abandoned recovery. I would. So let's go ahead and install and activate that. Okay, so next up, we get to choose a store checkout layout. I'll select this first option and you can see this is a big improvement from the standard WooCommerce checkout. I like this touch. The order summary and call to action is sticky, so it remains with you as you scroll. The key to a well-designed checkout is to have a distractionless experience. We don't want the user leaving this page and clicking through other pages. So you'll notice there is no header menu or footer to distract. If we take a look at the second checkout option, it's quite similar, but you can see that these options are built to place emphasis on trust and simplify the process for a better experience. Over here, you can even see the frequently asked questions. So I'm going to go on and I'm going to pick checkout number 1, and we're now going to customize this checkout form. So let's import and continue. Fill in your user details. Cart flows picks it up from your WordPress admin user. So let's save and continue, and our setup is complete. Okay, so over here we have a couple of funnel templates that we can choose from. So you can take a look here. I think this is the one that we installed. This is the other one we took a look at, and there are a couple of other options. What's great is some of these are landing pages which are built to convert. So I'll click on this option. This is a digital marketer, and this page is designed to sell this guide. And it ends off with the checkouts at the bottom. Additionally, you get the thank you page, which can also be customized as well. So this is really powerful and it's free. Okay, so let's go customize our checkout form. There are a bunch of templates to choose from. Some are only available on the Pro version. I'll use a free template and start customizing my funnel. So I'll start with this one. This is the one that we looked at originally, and I'll go ahead. Just over here, you can see that as part of the funnel, you even get an upsell, which is really great, as well as the thank you page, as we saw on the other version. So let's go ahead and import the funnel. We'll give this a funnel name, and you can import the funnel just like that. There are 2 steps in this funnel. You can add additional steps if you like, but we'll focus on the checkout customization and then finally replace our clunky default WooCommerce checkout with our new one. Okay, so this form is actually completely customizable. Even if you have a dark website, for example, you could change everything on here to actually match your brand, which is pretty cool. So I'll start here. You can see that the logo can be changed out from here, and we're using the Elementor builder. So anything that you want to bring in, any widget, another text widget, perhaps you want to bring in an image, you can do that. You can also delete any section, add in new sections, go wild. Over here we have the customer steps, and you can just click on it and you could change out the title as well as the icon, and you could even go to style and change the color. And if we click over here, we can click on the actual checkout form widget, and here you can see that you can select different layouts. So we can go from a modern checkout to this one column checkout. I'm not that fond of it. I suppose it would have its purpose if we reduce these fields. And I'm actually going to show you exactly how to do that. We can choose to hide certain fields or even create custom fields. You could just switch between these different options, and then they've got these multi-step checkout options, which is also a pro version. I'll switch back to the modern checkout, and then just make sure that you still have the form selected over here. and we can go to style, and here we can change the global colors. So we're going to switch out this primary color, and I'll pick, I don't know, this olive color that's part of my branding. And you can see that the button has been updated, and if I click on the field, this field actually highlights now with the olive green color. I can also change out the text color. I can change that perhaps to a dark color, and I can also switch the typography. We could just make that Lato, and you can see that the typography has been switched out, and we can change the weight and completely style this. Additionally, you have option for the headings. The input fields can even change, which that's actually really great. So I'm just going to go over here and change the label color. I'll just make it green so it's really bright that you can see the change. There you go. It's very ugly. Just revert that. So you can see this is completely customizable. You can literally switch from a light colored checkout to a dark colored checkout without any hassle. One other thing to mention, you can search cart flows from your widgets and drag and drop the checkout form directly into a page. So this gives you a bit of extra flexibility. Okay, so let's place our checkout form live. So I'm going to exit the builder, and I will just go to our cart flows and store checkout. And then all you need to do is enable the store checkout. So we'll switch this on, and I'm going to go over to my existing checkout page, which is pretty awful. This is a standard WooCommerce page. I installed a template kit for this tutorial, and this is how the WooCommerce page lands up looking. And let's go ahead and refresh this. And here we go. That's our new checkout form. So this is a huge upgrade. Right, so now I want to change out these fields. Perhaps I want to hide some fields, or I want to add in completely new fields. So let's go ahead and do that. By the Cart Flows tab, we go to Store Checkout, and then we're going to go to the cog icon and open the settings. There's a couple of options available here for your form settings, so you can actually enable or disable the coupon field. And this is a very nice feature. You can enable Google Address autocomplete, but you need to make sure that you have an API key set for Google. Okay, so this is what we came here for, which is the field editor. And I'm going to put this on. Now we can switch these settings. So I can switch off, for example, maybe I don't want the company name. I can disable that. If I don't want, the PIN, we can disable that. And we can turn on and off things as we need. We can also decide what is required and not required. If we click on the edit over here, we can change the field names, place in a default and a placeholder as well. Over here we have the shipping fields, and you can toggle these on and off. This is another paid feature, but my favorite, we can add in a custom field. We can add it to the billing or the shipping section. So perhaps we'll go with the billing. We can add in a text field, a radio button, anything that you need that will help you improve the checkout experience for your particular product. Let's add in a custom field to our checkout form. We'll keep it on the billing section, and we'll add in a new text box. We'll label it test, and then we can go on and add in a placeholder. We'll make that test as well. We can change the width from 50 to 33% if you like. And finally, we have a couple of other options where we can make the item collapsible. So I'm going to switch that on. There are a few other options there, but let's add that field. If I go over to my billing fields here, I can then move the field where I want it. So I'll drag it and I'll drop it in, and then go ahead and click Save Settings. So let's go have a look at our checkout form. We'll refresh it, and now we can see that there is our new text field, and it's collapsible, and you can now build the perfect checkout for your website.